Why should I give a damn?
What the fuck is up? You're now tuned in to episode 122 of Why Should I Give a Damn? I am your host, Eric.
It's your girl, Breezy the Barber.
It's your boy, Ronnie King.
It's the light-skinned Kyrie Irving.
And we back in the motherfucking building for another motherfucking show. And, man, we got a lot of shit to talk about. You know, it be certain weeks where the news cycle is heavy and I'll have a lot of strong-ass opinions. And I'll be wanting to post so much shit on my social media. I'll be wanting to tweet. I'll be wanting to post. But I'm like, you know what? I'm going to bottle it all up. And I'm going to wait for the show to get some of this shit off. Because God knows we got a lot to talk about, you know. And we don't give a fuck because we already canceled. You know what I mean? Let's jump right into the Kyrie shit, y'all. Let's jump right into it. Because everybody has their opinions. Everybody knows. For those of you who are living under a rock and you may not know, Kyrie recently lost his Nike deal, got suspended a minimum 5 games from the Brooklyn Nets, facing a whole lot of backlash because he posted a link to a documentary. And in this documentary, it's pretty much, you know, it's from Hebrews to Negroes, and it's pretty much teaching black people that they are the true Jewish people, the original Jewish people, I should say. And it's also kind of bringing some fact and some conspiracy theories into the thought of, you know, today's world, who controls today's world, saying, you know, a lot of Jewish control over today's society.
Because you actually watched it, though.
Yeah, I watched it, but, you know, I'm one of those guys who watch all that, like, shit, you know.
Damn,
and I try
you
to
watching porn?
Hell no.
Yeah,
You nigga watching black.com over there, shit. It's no muddy season.
Right. So on top of that, and on top of all of that, so he shared it. And mind you, this is on Twitter, so you guys, you know, you're on Twitter, you can just repost stuff without context on Twitter. You know, it doesn't, you know, and for me, I don't like how he's getting backlash too, because how many times, I know, Colin, you on Twitter heavy, how many times do you just repost shit, not necessarily because you agree with it or you know you like it, but it's just something interesting or it's something you want to see how you just want other people to see what you just saw.
A decent amount.
You know what I mean? So I don't like how all of a sudden we want to attach people to their posts now. That's a slippery slope when we start attaching everybody to their posts.
You're right. It's a slippery slope retweeting everything too, because
that's true.
You know you do have to watch it. So, you know, like it's slippery, you know.
Life before social media.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
we didn't have this shit to get fired over before. Like,
Hey,
So they mad at Kyrie for something he just reposted.
So he reposted
He didn't
it.
say nothing.
Didn't say. So basically, when they asked him about it, you know, he focused on the part about, you know, black people and our identity, and he's trying to push that black people knowing their history wave, which I love it. But they focused on the part where there was some quotes, some fake quotes from Hitler in the documentary. There was some Jewish Holocaust denialism. You know, it's conspiracy. You know, it's a documentary, so there's several people talking, several ideas. So there's a lot of different people. So there's some people that are bringing facts and stuff you agree with. Then there's some people that are way out there. It isn't just one flowing thing. It's several people, several ideas. So you got to kind of do your own research, take from it what you will, and move on. Like I said, ain't that like the Bible? See, a lot of slave owners co-signed the Bible, but your motherfucker's still reading that motherfucker, right?
Facts. That's facts.
So if we're associating people with what they associate themselves with, if we're saying if you read a book and other bad people are associated with that book, that makes you a bad person too because you're promoting it. Well, I know a book that's been used to enslave my people for hundreds of thousands of years that's been co-signed by so many people, and you don't see anybody getting slandered or you don't see anybody getting mad about that.
I do agree. Do y'all think if, like, you know, you brought this point, like that was a good point, if he spoke out about against Christianity? I know a lot of people, like me personally, I grew up in a church. I can speak my way and I can speak how I want to. I don't really believe in a lot of stuff. Would that be cancelable worthy, just like he was talking about, like some of the stuff he was talking about? Because I feel like at that point it's all religious.
Nah, because apparently they classified their religion as a race too, so it's deeper than just religion.
It shouldn't
according
be,
to
though.
them. Allegedly,
that's a cheat code.
Yeah,
A lot of these words, a lot of this verbiage.
Who made that rule?
Thank you.
They did. I mean, I've been trying to get up with the history of their religion.
Ronnie, you have been
know what I
woke
mean?
over the last week. I like seeing Ronnie Umar.
No.
I
And
mean,
Cause you told me you putting the peak. You said I'm done with white bitches now. This shit getting crazy. You Snowbuddy Ronnie's done.
Right.
I told you Snowbuddy's the stock is up. You need to
Snowfall,
invest.
Ronnie. Snowfall, Ronnie. Okay, I see you.
But no, what I was saying was like I've been trying to get hip with their religion, like just learn a little bit about it, their history or whatever.
Right.
And it started in the Middle East, and over the years it's evolved into a bunch of different categories or whatever. And it seems like from what I've been seeing, the Jewish people that's upset are some of the more modern Jewish people.
Converted.
The ones, yeah, you know, those. And, you know, it's getting to a slippery slope because
this
what's
is the thing.
hate speech? Like, because the documentary is focused on black people. It's not focused on Jewish people.
Hate speech is things that make white people uncomfortable in this instance. That's
Hate
all
speech
it
is
is.
anything that questions certain stuff.
Exactly. And the thing about it is,
Certain groups.
a lot of people are starting to realize that a lot of history that's been taught to us and a lot of histories that's been taught to white people, putting them on a certain pedestal. Yeah, you guys did certain shit. Yeah, you guys have history, but a lot of y'all history comes from our shit. A lot of y'all history comes in this copycat from the black history. So what y'all have done in a lot of cases is y'all have erased the black history to make you guys seem like the originators. And once we start, oh, wait a minute, no. We started that. And once we start unveiling shit, then you get embarrassed, then you start feeling type of way, then you get mad because Lord forbid niggas start learning and acting like we come from a nation, acting like we come from somewhere and we're worth something. Lord forbid we start looking at each other like the people we really are and start having self-worth and projecting that into the people that look like us. Lord forbid that.
They don't want that,
over.
though. They don't want that, though.
Exactly.
They want to
So
water
anytime
down
people
everything.
start peeling away at the shit, then they got to put people in their place. And the thing about it is Kanye, a lot of people are putting the Kyrie and the Kanye thing together. And Kanye was saying some real shit about this too, as far as the Jewish influence, them having so much control, which every time we mention them being powerful, they act like that. Saying that Jewish people is powerful, how the fuck is that anti-Semitic and how is that hatred?
It's really giving
I
them
don't
props
get it.
type
But that
shit, but they don't
shows
want you to know.
But that shows you that there's some sneaky, diabolical shit going on.
I agree.
Because how is you having power hate? The fact that just the mention of your power is, oh no, that's hate speech. That's the what? Why are y'all so?
Or how is allowing another race of people letting you know you have a lot of part of this heritage or this tradition? How is that hate speech? Because honestly, like I said, I said this. I compare a lot of this quote unquote. First off, anti-Semitism. The way they're saying it now is anti-nigga to me. That's how I take it. But how I compare it to like the homophobia of a couple years ago, where I'm like, if you just question gay people, how does this work? When the trans shit, when people had questions, I saw a lot of people going, "You're just homophobic, you're transphobic." Well, the phobic shit got thrown out, and all of a sudden we start realizing, oh, phobia means not that you're scared of, you don't like. I didn't know that, but that's actually in the dictionary. So when I start realizing, I'm like, a lot of these are little buzzwords where you can't challenge. But listen, I'm a black man. Keyword black. I have no reparations, so I question some shit. Now, I will say, I'll be the first to say, I do respect a lot of other races' gripes. Before, I used to say, we're black, F you. And now I go, other people have been through shit. But now I'm seeing other people go through shit and get immediate reaction, response. So now I'm thinking, I'm like,
that's why we be like, fuck them, because
Absolutely.
they shit represented and our shit not. Like we constantly disrespect.
our shit is represented in a bad way.
In a
It's
bad
all
way,
It's
yeah.
all the coon shit that we
And
do.
they get mad because we get frustrated, but that's because we feel like we've been standing in line and we done got skipped. And we built the park. We built the amusement
Wait,
park.
do we feel like
We should have fast
No,
pass.
we have been
Or
skipped.
have we been skipped?
No, we have been skipped.
We have
because-
been skipped.
We have been skipped
We
because
deserve
shit happened to
reparations.
black people in this country, and the shit happened to other races, other cultures outside the country, and they've been compensated for it.
Black people built the park. That should come with a fast pass. Period. We shouldn't be waiting in line for shit. Okay, that's the problem. Going back to the Kyrie shit, he's getting dragged. Another thing I want to make sure I mention about the Kyrie shit is did y'all see the requirements of him to come back to the Nets?
It's crazy. He got to bow down to
This
him,
man-
kiss their feet, kiss
Exactly.
their ass, everything.
So
Like,
because
that's
you
crazy.
posted something that had some shit, because you posted something and the thing you posted had things within it that would be considered hate speech or would be considered anti-Semitic or was associated
or
not that
inaccurate, like, cause half these motherfuckers, like, did they watch a documentary?
They didn't.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, y'all
y'all
gotta watch that shit.
And
Start
mind you,
watching clips
Kyrie
and shit.
himself has said nothing disrespectful to or nothing hateful to them, yet they want him to apologize and meet with some rabbis, and then they said meet with like the head rabbi, and he
That
has to be
sound like
convinced.
some gangster shit
He
to
has
me.
to be. That sounds like some gangbanging ass shit to me. That sounds like some checking, bow down. Yeah. I don't like it, man.
Can I ask y'all a question? I've been pretty busy this week, so y'all telling me all this happened. It was on Amazon. So y'all telling me that Jeff Bezos he got punished for something, right? Like
I'm glad you mentioned that.
He can't buy the team that he want to buy now because you know they're extorting some of these real racist owners, like Robert Sarver. He was the owner of the Phoenix Suns. He had a lot of homophobic. He had a lot of racist stuff. I do fuck with him, but he showed his colors. I love John Gruden. Where are all these people, Donald Sterling, even back a few years ago, where are all these people that have these apologies? Where are y'all sitting down with black people? Exactly. You know, a lot of these owners of these NBA teams and NFL teams, Dan Snyder from the Washington Commanders, he about to sell his team. A lot of these people, they're being blackmailed. They're being blackmailed. They're being blackballed. We talk about Rachel Nichols. I kind of see it because now all of a sudden your boy Jeff Bezos wants to buy a team. Any team he can be on. Now, that brings Amazon hosting your shit. So, the guy who this whole documentary, his platform was on, he's not getting punished for this. Matter of fact, a lot of these racists, Donald Sterling, Sarver, a lot of these people, they're about to get billion. Dan Snyder about to get $7 billion for the Washington Commanders. So, a lot of these racists, Sarver, Sterling, they're Jewish. They're about to get, they got billions. They're about to sell their team, get billions, go off to the sunset, be racist, be rich. And now the same person that has this whole show on this platform is about to buy a team, and Amazon is about to run everything in NBA. The plot is heavy. I'm not conspiracy. That's just fact.
It's fact. And let's not also forget to mention all the Jewish people that run the record labels that promote the violence, that can promote a lot of the negative shit. They don't give a fuck about how we feel about it. Let's not also forget that Harvey Levin or whatever the fuck his last name is. He fucking is the head guy behind TMZ. How many? Let me ask yourself a question, ladies and gentlemen, those who are watching, those who are listening. Ask yourself a question. How many Jewish dead bodies have you seen on your screen this year? How many white bodies have you seen this year? How many Asian bodies? How many Mexican bodies? Now, how many black bodies? How many black men have you seen? Just think about all the demographics. Think about all the races. What's the number one body did that you see when you're scrolling on your social media, you're scrolling and there's no sensitivity to it? It's the black male. We all know that. We just saw it with Takeoff, R.I.P. to him. We saw it with P&B Rock, R.I.P. to him. And who's one of the number one news sources that always plaster these bodies with no sensitivity or no give a fuck whatsoever? It's the Jewish ran TMZ. And they don't give a fuck about how you niggas feel.
Harvey, wait. He's Jewish.
Yes.
Levine, yes.
Yes.
You got Levine, Steen,
so it's just funny how
Berg.
So it's funny how since they have money,
Jewish people overall, but
no,
the stereotypes they do hold. I'm sorry,
but at the same time, I don't like how when we holding accountable is not hating. If I feel like you're taking advantage of my community, what puts your community over my community as far as me griping and you griping? If I'm looking at you, if I got a problem right now and I start a whole movement, that's not gonna stop TMZ from posting black bodies and black dead rappers over their page because nobody's gonna give a fuck. But let that have been a motherfucking white boy. Let that have been a Jewish white boy.
You do have to put that on niggas though. It's the clout chase. Like, cause we have to say I hate being that, but Aaron Carter, I Love Candy, he just passed. Right. Now he OD'd. So people found him. So it's a different circumstance. But I think a lot of the clout chasing has something to do with it. But to be fair, Little Peep, his guy did film him OD'd and dead. Like
it's clout chasing. But let me ask you this question too. Like when Takeoff and the P&B, those are the latest ones. How many black people have y'all seen on y'all timeline?
Too many.
That's saying I don't want to see that. Why are y'all sharing this? How many there's a lot of clout chasing involved. But at the same time, there's a lot of people that are really being traumatized. I ain't gonna lie. I wasn't. I took it upon myself, and I was an idiot. And I looked for the video for the PNB Rock like an idiot. I wanted to see what happened because everybody was talking about it. I wanted to have some context to talk about it.
You didn't look for the takeoff video?
I ain't watched the takeoff, but I would never watch.
Look, I would never look for that.
Sick. Like,
yeah, after PNBs,
it's very
I'm
fucked
see
me up.
takeoffs.
But TMZ don't give a fuck. They gonna fake edit it and they gonna push it out. Why? Because nobody gives a fuck about niggas when we gripe. That's the reason why when y'all sit up here and try to ruin a man's life over a link, over a retweet, when we just had a president that was associated with every fucking thing.
My whole thing with the Jewish community, I want to ask them too, is like, can black people not be Jewish? Like, because it's a religion. So if they identify with that religion or whatever, or with the race or whatever, how come they can't? Because you got motherfuckers out here that identify niggas that's done their bitches and shit. And y'all accept that shit. But
because both Kyrie and Kanye said, I'm not to cut you, but both Kanye, to prove your point, both Kyrie and Kanye said that they can't be anti-Semitic because they consider themselves Semitic people. So
then if they consider themselves Jewish, then why they can't get that respect in America?
I agree.
The country built on all this shit y'all talk about.
Kodak had a whole album, Black was it Black Hebrew?
Yeah.
When he got out of prison.
Because Kanye and Kyrie both feel like I'm of this group. I'm a Semitic just like you, so I should be able to speak on certain things or critique or say certain things, just like a black person that's talking to a black person or a Christian talking to a Christian. They're gonna feel like they have that, but that's another thing. How they reacted shows you that they look at us as outsiders.
I got a question too. So do Jewish people believe in Jesus? Because Kanye definitely promoted Christianity and Jesus and all that. So now he's saying he's Jewish. He converted or
no? It's not about that. It's the it's the whole origin of the original chosen people of God and all this stuff. Yeah. It's just a religious stuff. Like Christians have their versions of it. Catholics have their version. Everybody has a different slight version of the same story, basically. And that's all it is. But it all comes down to, but what they all have in common is there's this, basically everybody feels like God is they niggas. Oh, God really fuck with us. No, but he fuck with us. He want water with us. Well, shit, he turned the party up. We only had some water. He turned that shit into wine with us. I don't know about y'all. So everybody got a different story and they feel like they closer to Jesus.
Everybody's story.
So that's what it comes down to.
Everybody's story got a chosen one. Like that's like the you know, the commonality of it all, you feel me?
And I know a lot of these black sportscasters have been getting a lot of flack because, you know, as black people, we be wanting to see our fellow black men, especially in the media.
A lot of them have been shucking and driving and cooning.
They have been shucking and driving, but I do like what Shannon Sharp said. Even though I'm riding with Kyrie with this, I do like what he said when he said, I don't give a fuck if I'm the first people, the last people, the chosen people. I just want to be one of God's people. Shit, I'm not a religious
in that country nigga God shit.
No. I'm saying because I'm not. It's not necessarily. I'm not really a religious person, but we all believe in something. We all
everybody
believe in
believes in a
we all
God.
Believe in good. You know, yeah.
We all nobody atheist.
We all have our own personal beliefs.
We
all have our own personal beliefs or whatever. I mean, do you believe? When you die, it's just nothing.
I believe it's nothing.
Okay, well then that's atheist.
That's cool. No, I'll stand on that. My homeboy just passed. I had my grandfather pass in 2013. Them niggas not like when I'm jerking off. Them niggas is not floating in the air worried about me. It's over.
I don't think it's like that.
I think it's dark abyss.
I think you're done. I think people maybe go through different paths.
I hope so.
I think some people go to nothing. I think some people, you know, rise up, go down. I kind of believe all that shit.
You want to because
I think
you
I don't want to know.
Listen, people tell me I feel like I see you in a past life, but I just really feel like I want that. Trust me. I would love there to be redos and all that. I just feel like we're here. We have a good time, and then when your time is up, it's just cold. It's cold, dark coldness, and that's very sad to think about. That's why we want to live as long as we can. That's why I don't do dumb street nigga shit. Seriously, I want to live as long as I can. I want to have kids. I want to do all this shit. Like I'm on a path. Yeah. I don't want to just die nobody. But when you're done, as much as I would think about it, like I'm jerking off. My granddad is not floating in the air. I'm seriously, my granddad and my grandma is not in the air watching me jerk off. That's creepy. I be thinking about that, and I'm like, them niggas
I don't think so, cause I think even if they was after the first jerk off, they're like, man, I gotta leave this nigga alone. I'm going.
I don't think it works.
Float
like
off
that.
somewhere else.
No.
I'm not gonna keep.
I think
it works.
I'm not gonna be
one
this
life to
nigga
live.
guardian angel when he jerking off. Like,
I
damn,
believe
nigga
it.
jerk off.
I jerk off.
It's 7 days of the week. This
I
nigga
just
jerking
might
off
do-
nine
I do
times
believe
a
we
week
all
and shit.
have-
Like, what's going on?
Listen, the Instagram girls keep getting younger. And
I do
better.
believe we all have like an infinite
videos
energy.
are popping.
I feel like everybody has an infinite energy. When you die, that goes into that next dimension. I don't think it's
hope
like
so.
ghost or shit like that. You know, where it's like they're down here looking at you. I think once you die, that energy goes into the next dimension and
That
it
would
gets
be cool.
reincarnated back into another life. It just, I feel like it's just one big ass consciousness that keeps cycling, and we're all just experiencing a million lives and shit. That's what I feel like it is. Some
That
crazy
sounds
shit.
good.
Yeah, sounds
know,
good.
I just hope I don't come back as a white man. Shit.
I mean, it may not be good because, like I said,
That
if
would
you
be
come
fun.
back, if
I
you
wouldn't
come
mind
back
coming
as
back
a
white.
dog that's getting
I'm
abused
good
by
on
some
that.
random drunk white guy, that's terrible.
Maybe when he really come back as Breonna Nicole.
yeah.
Big titty white girl from Kentucky.
Oh wow,
You want to be regenerated. Like,
terrible.
that's
Come
deep.
back as a gazelle and shit.
That'd be cool. I
Gotta
wouldn't
watch
mind
it.
coming back as any other race, but you know.
She said, I'm tired of being a nigga. So I want to be any other race.
Man, all I'm saying
Nigga
is,
shit boring.
No,
I'm
it's
done with
not.
that. You want to have a long
I want to have an
luscious hair.
easier road to success. No, I'm just
what
more access to grants.
That's
That
true.
shit is fucked up, but
Kyrie, do y'all think his career is about to be over, or do y'all like? Because you got people like Stephen A. You got a lot of these people talking heads, talking like shit they don't think. Because one thing I noticed, and I know they have this power, but I be feeling like sometimes the talking heads like Stephen A. Skip, they manipulate the owners and shit. Because it just seems to me, and maybe I'm tripping. Those of you who watch sports radio, sports media, y'all let me know. It just seems like sometimes the media all go, this guy should get fired, this guy should get fired, this guy should get fired, this guy should get fired. And it's almost like the organization feels pressure to have to make a move because all the media heads is kind of saying stuff. Even if the organization might feel like they good. But after a while, you know, it's different. Even with Steve Nash, I feel like a lot of that came from pressure.
He was a trash coach.
He
though.
was,
He
he
should never got the job.
But if they didn't want him, they would have been fired him after he got swept, not middle of the season. They start buckling to the pressure.
It's the
So
beginning of the season, but he had to go.
So we knew he was trash when he got the job. So,
Yeah.
like I said, I think hopefully Kyrie can get his shit together, man. Hopefully they don't cancel him. Hopefully he can keep getting money because at the end of the day, yeah, I don't condone people hating other groups, and I understand the whole not wanting to put another group down. But at the end of the day, let's stop acting like every time somebody posts something, they're signing that they agree with every little detail within that post for our own little gripe. Let's stop that because otherwise, every single one of you that are watching or listening to this right now, I can dissect everything you post and eventually call you a label too.
Yeah.
If we want to go down that route. So let's stop acting like that.
he could probably play overseas.
I don't want to see. I don't want
Overseas.
to see that. I don't see it. And the reason why I'm not boycotting
They'll take
NBA.
Listen, Kyrie good. Brooklyn is a bad team
Exactly.
anyway. They need excuses and reasons to get rid of these niggas. They gonna get
Kyrie
rid of
will
him.
take
He
you.
gonna
Right.
go somewhere else. He gonna be
And
good.
the reason why I'm not bad at the NBA as a whole, even though I didn't like that bitch ass Adam Silver coming out, you could have whatever. And Brian, you're a bitch for even having to
Yeah.
say. You didn't have to say shit,
Everybody
Brian.
that spoke against Kyrie,
I hate when
on
niggas
some-
gotta,
on some
like-
lame shit.
That's like me. That's like me. I get caught stealing at the free checkout at Walmart, and a nigga make a status, man. I would never steal from the free checkout at Walmart. People need to start paying. It's like you didn't have to say nothing. Just let me
But that
get my
is something
penalty.
you said before. I heard you say them exact words,
I was finna
just
say
like
that,
that
yeah,
before.
I didn't want to put him out there. I'm like, Eric, you're anti-stealing from Walmart.
I am
for, like,
anti-stealing.
multiple seasons on here.
I'm definitely anti-stealing, but at the same time, if we on a team, we both on a basketball team, and I know you just got a whole Walmart stealing scandal going on, I'm not gonna get in front of the email and interview and be, man, people need to stop. Like that's team, that's some bitch
True.
ass shit. So
Pro finesse.
at the end of the day, I know LeBron definitely has a lot of Jewish connections, so I know he's gonna be on his absolute best behavior. Like I said, he got Drake and them on speed dial, so he gonna be on his absolute best behavior. So, like I said, that's the reason why black people need to focus on creating our own leagues, creating our own shit, so we have the control. Because as long as we're funding these Jewish industries, as long as we're their workers and we're answering into them, anything they don't like, they have the right to cancel it and get rid of us. Like I said, Kanye did all that talking shit. They can't do this. They can't do that. Well, guess what? They can because you answered to them. Sway had the answers, and you was too big headed to listen. Start your own shit. Dame Dash had the answers. To Jay-Z, you see Jay-Z suing everybody now. That's my guy. But at the same time, Dame Dash, he said some real ass shit in his latest interview. He was like, you know what? A lot of these rappers aren't willing to sacrifice money for their happiness. And they end up in a situation where they got the bag, but they lost all control. So now, I'm a slave. That's why I didn't want to hear all that Kanye and these rich niggas talk about how they're slaves. Shut the fuck up. Y'all sold y'all shit for money. Y'all got the money. Now go sit on the beach somewhere. Go get on a yacht somewhere. That's why I like niggas like I like following niggas like Diddy. Like, he's a billionaire, and when I look at his social media, he looks like a nigga with $1 billion.
Right.
If I'm following a billionaire, I want to see that shit. Like, I fucks with Diddy. I fucks with that. I don't want to see this whole humble. Show me the money.
You worried about the wrong shit right now, nigga.
Exactly. Every other photo a different bitch. That's what a black billionaire needs to look like. I want to see my black billionaire with rain boots
with $1 billion. That's what's up.
Rain boots and white bitches and shit. Like, no, I like my billionaires with BBLs around them. Like, let's get it.